Hello and welcome to Smitty's. I am a wood cutting fanatic who loves to run a chainsaw. I run alcohol chainsaws, ported chainsaws, I race chainsaws, and I even run the occasional vintage. Now remember, I cannot do this without you. You're everything to the channel, so please remember, subscribe, give that thumbs up, leave that comment. Today, we are going to have a lot of fun. So how you doing? Hey, today I'm out here running the chainsaw mill, and this is basically day 2, and I've learned a few things along the way. So let me kind of show you some things I did wrong to start, and I kind of figured a few things out a little bit better, and you know, we're going to run a little smoother now. Alrighty. Alright, so as you see, we got a different saw on here now. This is the saw I wanted to run from the start. This was the whole reason I bought this saw, was to set it up for a mill. I had to take the filling spikes off. She had a full wrap bar, I had to take that off. You know, all that fun stuff. But yeah, we're now set up with a proper saw. See, the last one was ported, so I just ran it fat and all that stuff. This one is not ported. It's a big bore kit put onto this saw. I got it on eBay. Needed a new top end, so I put a big bore kit on it and did a little muffler mod. That's about it. She's pretty much stock from there on. Now I figured out some things. So there is a guide on this with measurements to tell you how deep of a cut you're making, and it appears to be off a little bit, but in your favor. So like right now, I'm getting ready to make the first cut on this. I have it set to 5.5 inches. It's going to be closer to like 5/8, like 5 5/8 to 5 3/4 is where the cut's going to be closer to, or whatever. If you'd measure it, it comes up at the chain to about 5 5/8. But I think that might be done on purpose to give you a little bit of wiggle room, because we are going to plane this, and you know, anything coming off a chainsaw mill, most any finished lumber is going to get planed, so you want it to be a little thicker than, you know, what your finished product's going to be. But I am finding that it is coming out just a hair thicker than what that scale is, about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch thicker. And you'll also see that the 2x4s are now turned on end. This is the way I should have done it the whole time. I screwed up. I thought because the bolts weren't poking through that I was doing it wrong. And here, yeah, I had to countersink them. That way you have a nice smooth surface to slide across and get her done. You know what I mean? Now these are 10-foot 2x4s. So what I'm doing here is I'm trimming all my logs to 9'6". That way, you know, every time I take one off, I can just screw it right back on at 9'6", and I'm good to go. I'm not messing with changing the length. You know what I mean? So I just trim each log to 9'6". If I would have had a 12-foot 2x4 to start with, I could have set this up for a 10-foot board, which I might do that in the end, but it's close enough for me right now. You know what I mean? It's just whenever I get shorter, like this log here is going to be shorter, so I'm going to have to drill a new set of holes through the 2x4 so that I can move that mount up a little further and make a shorter log. But other than that, it's coming out pretty smooth. This is one of the smaller logs I've been working on. You can see here, this is all maple that I'm working on. Same with this one. This is all maple except this one log here. This is poplar, but this is everything you see here is maple. This is a chunk of poplar. I might mill it up, but it's only about 5 or 6 foot long, but I still might do it. I got that big oak piece there I'm going to do up, and a couple in the back here I'm going to mill up. There's one over yonder. Can you see it in the distance? I'm thinking about milling it up, but yeah, we're doing some milling. But here's day 2 of the learning curve, and figure some stuff out. Oh, another mistake I made. She's a 24-inch mill. And apparently 24-inch mill doesn't mean 24-inch bar. As you see here in the corners, I still got adjustment to go. So You see how I have the top one flush? What I need to do is kick this bottom one over flush, adjust everything, get this end pushed further out, and put a 28-inch bar on there. That way I have a 24-inch cutting area. So 24-inch mill appears to actually take a 28-inch bar. I screwed up on that. I was just automatically assuming 24-inch meant 24-inch bar, and that's not right. But anyway, what do you say we get on with this? Cut this slab off. All right, so that's the hardest part right there. From there on, I just got to set the mill up for a 1-inch board and then start slabbing it out. So yeah, let's start making some slabs. I'm doing everything here in live edge, so we're not making dimensional lumber right now. This is going to be live edge style. So there we go. There's another little slab. You know, it actually ain't that bad. Just getting the wood up off the ground a couple of inches is vital. So be prepared to have to raise your log. Now, if your log's too big to lift, what you do is you just go ahead and leave it on the ground and you start milling on it. Wait until it gets thin enough that you remove enough weight from the log to then lift it up. It's those final cuts that you need them. You need the log to be up off the ground a couple of inches. So that's it, really. Another thing you'll notice is sometimes they'll come off and they'll get a bow to them. I think that has to do with the built-in tension to the tree. It might have been growing on like a hill and not growed perfectly, you know what I mean? So you might end up where the grain's a little tighter on one side than the other or something. I don't know. But sometimes they come off and they get a little bit of a bow to them. I think that's just like built-in tension to the wood. I'm not predicting any issues with that because so it finishes down at 3/4 inch and gets fastened to the wall. I mean, it's going to get ran across the planer. I have a feeling I'm not going to have to worry about that at all. I think it'll just pull tight whenever I put it in. At least I'm hoping. But yeah, we're going to keep at it. Keep milling up some lumber. But this is day 2. And as you can see, things are going a bit smoother now. Got some things sorted out. I got a couple more logs here to do. I actually think I'm not going to do this big one. I think I'm just going to fire with that one and mill up these other 3. Probably that little short chunk. We'll see though. And then into the oak. But my main goal here is to get through these 3 logs by probably next weekend. And I plan on doing this one today. So you never know. We'll see how far we get. It's only noon, so we'll see. Till the end of the day, I might just do them all. It's lunchtime though, and I'm hungry, and I'm gonna go get some chow. Alrighty, so hey, we'll catch you in the next one. Later.